Good morning, dear students. Myself, Brickley Philomena, lecturer in chemistry, Sharon Basveshwar College of Science. I will be taking the topic in organic chemistry, the first topic that is fundamentals of the organic chemistry. We have basically three topics that is fundamental of organic chemistry, stereochemistry, and hydrocarbons. First, let us see what are the topics that you can study under fundamental of organic chemistry. Yes, we see we know what you mean by a chemical reaction. Whenever we tell there is a reaction occurring, we know that there should be a there should be a reactant and there should be a product. And the reactants and the products are separated by an arrow mark. Whenever the substituents or the molecules which are present on the left side of the arrow mark are called as the reactants, and the substituents or the products which are substituents or the compounds which are present on the right side of the arrow mark, we term that as products. Here we see something something different notations, that is the substrate and the reagent. Which reactant you call it substrate and which reactants you call them as reagent. Substrate are the substances or the compound which undergo the attack. Okay, substrate are those which undergo a attack, and reagents are the substance or the compounds which influence the substrate for the reaction to happen. Here we can see the definition in a chemical reaction, and this we can tell only in a chemical reaction. The reactant molecule undergoing the attack. Here we see the reactant molecule which undergoes the attack, we tell that as a substrate, and that which is attacking or the attacking species, the one which is attacking the other molecule, that we call as reagents. Yes. What do you mean by, next is what do you mean by the mechanism? When you tell there is a mechanism happening, mechanism is the step or the process which show the formation of the products from a reactant. Here we see a new bonds are formed when the old bonds are broken. The carbon bonds in a substrate molecules are broken or cleaved. Chemically, we can say that they are cleaved to give a new fragments which are reactive, and the constituent transitory intermediate at once they may react with the other present in the environment to form a new bond to give the products. Whenever there is a old bonds of the carbon are being broken, new bonds are formed. And these new bonds are formed when a reagent molecule attacks the substrate molecules. What are the steps involved in the mechanism? When we tell the reaction, or when we can tell there is a mechanism happening, only when there is a formation of different steps. See here, the substrate which undergoes a reaction to form an intermediate. Intermediate is that compound which is unstable or highly reactive, you can tell, which exists for a very short time, and this is formed when the substrate undergo the reaction, and this state is finally gives rise to products. There is a substrate, there is an intermediate molecule, and there is a product form. When these three are involved, when the old bonds are broken leading to the formation of the new bond, and that which leads to the formation of the products, this is termed to be as a mechanism. Therefore, the steps of an organic reaction showing the breaking and making of a new bond of a carbon in the substrate, leading to the formation of the final product through a transitor intermediate, are often referred as a mechanism. Yes. Next, we see that there is an electron movement in the organic reaction. When we tell a reactant molecule undergoes a reaction, there should be the movement of the electron. That is, they should be in a reactive state. They should be in an unstable state so that they will undergo a reaction. We see there is a movement of the electrons in the organic reaction. How do you indicate there is a movement? We indicate the movement by the arrow mark. We can see three such examples. Like in the first case, we see there is a displacement or the movement of the electron from the pi bond on to the adjacent bond, not on the atom. That is, we see here Y is an atom. The electrons are not moved from bond to an atom. Instead, there is a movement of the electron from a pi bond on to the next bond. Therefore, this arrow mark indicates the movement of the electrons. Next, in the second case, we see the bonds move from the electrons move from pi bond to the atom. There is a movement of the electrons from the pi bond onto the atom. In the third case, we see that there is a movement of the electrons from the atom onto the bond. So whenever you are indicating there is a transfer of the electrons, we must use the arrow mark to show the movement of the electrons or the displacement of the electrons. There is displacement of the electron taking place in the covalent bond. Whenever there is a displacement of the electron which takes place in the covalent bond, there exists some effects. There is an effect that happens. First, we will see what is a covalent bond. Covalent bond is a general term. It is a bond. Which kind of bond? A bond which is formed when there is a sharing of the electron between two atoms. Whenever there are two atoms share equal number of electrons, or one electron, or two electrons, that kind of bond formed is called as the covalent bond. See here, um, carbon and fluorine. Here the carbon and the chloride shares one electron. Therefore, there is a formation of the covalent bond. Such kind of bond where there is a formation of where there is a equal sharing of the electron is called as the covalent bond. Therefore, we see inductive effect in only covalent bonds. We see the electron displacement in in an organic molecule may takes place either in the ground state under the influence of an atom or the substituent group or in the presence of an appropriate attacking reagent. When there is electron displacement takes place in the ground state when there is an influence of an atom or a substituent group, or we have seen that there is a reagent which attacks the substituent molecule. Only then there is a displacement of the electron. In the second point, we shall see there is the electron displacement due to the influence of an atom or a substituent group present in the molecule cause permanent polarization of the molecule. What we see polarization of a bond? Polarization of a bond means there is a formation of positive and the negative charge. There is a formation of positive and the negative charge. If carbon is covalently bonded to an electronegative atom, since there exists a electronegative difference, there is a formation of negative charge and there is a formation of a positive charge. This is because when we say positive and negative, when there is an unequal sharing of the electrons. Whenever there is unequal sharing of the electron, there is a formation of the charge upon both the atoms. That is, positive and negative charges get separate. This case we call it as polarization. This condition we call it as polarization. Therefore, we see there are three kinds of effect. First one is the permanent electron displacement effects are seen in inductive effect and resonance effect, where we have two kinds of effect, that is changeable, irreversible and reversible. Irreversible is a permanent change which are seen in the inductive effect and resonance effect. Temporary electron displacement effects are seen in the electromeric effect. Yes. Next we see inductive effect. We'll directly go what is the inductive effect. Before seeing into definition, I want you to know that we know that electronegativity means the capacity of an atom to draw the electron towards itself is termed to be the electronegativity. And polarity means whenever there is a charge separation, that condition we tell it as polarity. If two concepts are clear, then both are required to know the inductive effect. What is inductive effect? The inductive effect refers to the polarity that is produced in a molecule as a result of higher electronegativity of one atom compared to the another. In simple language, we can tell inductive effect is seen where there is a difference in the electronegativity between two atoms, giving rise to the polarization in a bond, and polarization occurs in the covalent bond specifically. In the other definition tells that Inductive effect may be defined as a permanent displacement of the electrons forming a covalent bond towards more electronegative element or a group. Inductive effect is a permanent displacement. As we have seen that inductive effect is a permanent effect, that is irreversible. It cannot be changed. Once there is a transfer of the electron, it is permanent effect. Therefore, we can also tell that it is an permanent displacement of the electron forming a covalent bond towards more electronegative element or the group. We see here in the below example, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon. 4 carbon, we tell it as butane. This is fluorobutane, 1 chlorobutane. Here we see that there is a covalent bond that exists between the chlorine and the carbon, carbon and the carbon, carbon and the carbon, carbon and the carbon. But the more the electronegativity, the electronegative difference is highly seen in the first carbon and the fluorine atom. Therefore, there is a electronegative difference between these two. The electrons are drawn towards the chlorine atom. Chlorine is more electronegative. They are the halogen compounds. They are the halogen atoms that has the capacity to draw the electron towards itself. Therefore, the electron cloud density is drawn towards the chlorine atom, giving rise to a slight negative charge, that is delta minus, and the carbon atom gains the positive charge, that is delta plus. What do you mean by delta? It is indication of a smaller amount. Therefore, there exists a polarity in a molecule. This is called as inductive effect. We shall see if carbon is bound to some more electronegative atoms like halogen. Halogens are more electronegative. More electronegative, you can tell it as they have more capacity to draw the electron towards itself. Since there is an equal sharing of the electron between carbon and halogen, but the halogens are more electronegative. That is, they are highly strong when compared to the carbon. Therefore, they gradually attract the electron cloud towards the halogen. Hence, there is a charge cloud, higher charge cloud formed on the halogen. That is, the halogen gains slight negative charge and the carbon gains a positive charge. See, here the covalent bond is being polarized. This condition is called as the inductive effect. Fine. Next, what how we will see the mechanism. Mechanism involves sigma electrons. See, there is a separation of charge in the sigma electrons. Therefore, sigma electrons is the one which undergo the polarization. It involves sigma electrons. The sigma electrons which form a covalent bond are shared equally between the two atoms. Therefore, we call it as a covalent bond. And this is because different atoms have different electronegativity. Therefore, what you mean inductive effect occurs only when there is a difference in the electronegativity and different powers of attracting the electrons in the bond. That is, electronegativity means different powers of attracting the electrons in a bond. Consequently, electrons are displaced towards more electronegative atom. This introduces a certain degree of polarity in a bond. More electronegative atom acquires small negative charge. Less electronegative atom acquires a small positive charge. As we can see a simple example here, this is chloromethane. Okay, chloromethane. We see that methyl group is attached to the one hydrogen of the methane is being substituted with the chlorine atom. Therefore, here we see that chlorine is more electronegative than the carbon. Therefore, electron cloud is attracted towards the chlorine atom. Therefore, a delta negative charge is formed on this halogen atom and delta positive charge is formed on this carbon atom. Therefore, there is an introduction of the inductive effect. Inductive effect we also tell us in induction or inductive effect. Next, we see types of inductive effect. We basically have two types of inductive effect depending upon the electron withdrawing groups and electron donating groups. How do we classify positive and negative effect? Based on the capacity of the atom or a group to attract the electrons or release the electrons. The inductive effect is related to the ability of the substituents either to withdraw or to donate the electron density to the attached carbon atom. Based on the ability, the substituent can be classified as electron donating groups or electron withdrawing groups. Electron donating groups are the groups which donate the electron, which loses the electron. We see that whenever an atom or a group donates the electron, donating means giving away or losing, that gains a positive charge. After giving or losing the electron, there is always a positive charge upon an atom. And whenever there is an electron withdrawing group is electron holding or electron attracting towards itself. So there exists, when an atom or a group withdraws the electrons or attract the electron towards itself, they acquire the negative charge. Depending upon these two properties of an atom, there are two effects, that is positive I effect and the negative I effect. We see here some of the examples of electron releasing groups. Electron releasing groups are the electron donating groups also. Electron releasing, electron donating. Okay, these are methyl group, these are ethyl groups. The carbon containing compounds are generally the electron releasing groups. Some of the examples of the electron withdrawing groups are halogens. Basically the halogens we see in the periodic table, halogens are highly electronegative. That is, they attract the electron. They have a capacity to attract the electron towards themselves. There is also the nitro group, there is the cyano group, the carboxyl group, the ester group, and alloxy groups, etc. Right? We will see types of the inductive effect. Here is an example to show how the positive and the negative group affects the formation of plus and minus I effect. See, if a carbon atom is bond to an X. Suppose think carbon is bond to an X, where X is more electronegative than the carbon. If X is more electronegative, we surely see that there is an displacement of the electrons from the covalent bond onto the halogen atom. Therefore, this halogen atom acquires negative, delta negative, that is slight negative charge, and the carbon atom gains the positive charge. There is an induction of the polarity in the molecule. This is called as inductive effect. Which kind of inductive effect? This is the negative I effect. This is the negative I effect. Negative I effect. Suppose if an carbon is bond to an atom Y, which is an electron donating groups, That means carbon becomes electron negative compared to the Y. The carbon attracts the electron cloud and carbon gains the negative charge and this Y atom gains the positive charge. This condition where carbon acquires negative charge and the other atom acquires a positive charge, this kind of effect is called as plus I effect. This we call it as plus I effect. I hope it is clear for you. Whenever there is an electron donating groups causes the I effect, electron withdrawing groups causes the minus I effect, negative inductive effect and positive inductive effect. Next, we'll see few examples like negative examples of negative inductive effect and examples of positive inductive effect. Here in the first case we see carbon atom is bound to the fluorine atom, that is electronegative. When compared to carbon it is more electronegative. Therefore the electron clouds that is shared between the covalent bond are attracted towards the fluorine atom, and this fluorine atom gains a delta negative, that is slight negative charge, and the carbon gains slight positive charge, and this polarization caused in the molecule is called as the negative inductive effect. Similarly, we see in the case of chlorine where the carbon is losing the electron towards the chlorine atom. This gains the electrons cloud. The electron cloud is high on the chlorine than compared to the carbon. Therefore, there is a formation of the negative charge on the chloride and positive on the carbon, and there is a charge separation. This condition is called as negative inductive effect. And here also we see oxygen is also more electronegative when compared to the carbon. Therefore, there is a formation of negative charge upon carbon, and this leads to the formation of the negative I effect. Here also we see that positive inductive effect. When positive inductive effect happens when carbon is bound to a group which is electron donating. When carbon is bonded to a group which is electron donating, that we term it as positive I effect, where the electrons are being drawn towards the carbon. In this case, we see that if a bond between carbon and hydrogen, there is there is a negligible amount of inductive effect that happens because both are symmetrical. But in the second case we see that carbon is bound to the methyl group, where methyl group is an electron donating groups give out the electron towards the carbon, and carbon gains the negative charge, and there is a slight positive charge on the carbon and a slight negative charge on the carbon atom of the methyl group or the electron donating groups, and there is a slight negative charge on the carbon. This introduces a positive inductive effect. In the third case, we see that the carbon is bound to the higher alkane group, where they donate the electron towards the carbon bond. Therefore, this causes a positive charge, formation of a positive charge, formation of the negative charge on the carbon. Here, there is a positive inductive effect. Okay, we see clearly that negative inductive effect is caused when the carbon is bound to an electron withdrawing groups, and positive inductive effect is occurred when the carbon is bound to an electron donating groups. I hope all the topics are clear. We will again meet on the Zoom app to clear all your doubts. And we have studied about the definition, we have studied about the mechanism and the types of inductive effect.